Well, let me take the last question first. The answer is yes. At the moment, the African Union Commission depends on partners, including the European Union, for about 60% of its budget, of its activities. Neither they nor us are particularly comfortable with that. So for some years now, they've been looking at ways of becoming self-sufficient. And just in July, they had the AU summit in Kigali, and that decided on potentially a historic decision to introduce a very small levy on imports coming into Africa across the 54 member states of the African Union. And the funds raised by that levy will go into a special account for the African Union. And they estimate that that would generate in excess of $1 billion, which would be more than sufficient for them to be self-sufficient on their budget and be able to make a significant contribution, around 25%, towards peacekeeping in Africa. So in fact, the person that is leading that work, Donald Kaberuka, who is the ex-president of the African Development Bank, is coming to Brussels to have a discussion with the colleagues in the European External Action Service and EuropeAid about taking that forward. Now, in terms of our financing, it's very significant. Last year, for example, we contributed 330 million euros to the African Union Commission. 300 million of that, so 90%, was for peace and security, principally for AMISOM, the African mission, the military mission in Somalia. And only 30 million was for everything else that we do. Now, obviously, we want to reverse that. So a combination of Africa raising its own financing, and hopefully over time the number of conflicts declining in Africa will mean that we will also be able to support more in terms of Africa's long-term development than we're able to do at the moment.